Hey yo, YouTube, Chill here. Hopefully you all have been enjoying Edge of Fate. I know I've been having a blast with it, although I've had to take some breaks because I had to let my sister play it. Chili, if you've been around the channel, you know her already. But anyways, so with Edge of Fate coming out, we've all been grinding out the story. We got a lot of new gear, testing out the new builds and everything. So apologies if me and Chili are taking a little bit of time to get everything prepped up, but I did want to get this video out today on this new exotic that just came out with the Edge of Fate story, which most of you might already have at this point. However, I want to include the intrinsic upgrades, where to find them for this exotic hand cannon, as well as the catalyst locations as well, because a lot of people are confused on where they are. Some people haven't gotten them yet, and I want to prepare you guys for what to do, what you're getting yourself into, how the hand cannon works, and all that juicy stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you do. Let's get into it. Some of you may already have this exotic, but the exotic that we're going to be talking about today is Graviton Spike. This is an exotic hand cannon that has two different modes. In order to get this exotic hand cannon, there's a quest that's given to you after being Edge of Fate, the main story. It's a very simple quest. It's basically you go find a high value target, interact with the console, find a weapon part, do that 3 or 4 times. Then you have to just go fight some regular Vex. Then you have to do it one more time, and then you have to do the new sieve activity in Edge of Fate, which comes up every couple of hours. So keep in mind, you want to get your quest progression all the way up to the point of having to do sieve, so that way whenever it does come back up, you can go do it and get your Graviton Spike. Now, Graviton Spike is a arc energy 150 hand cannon, but that's not all there is to it. It is a 150 arc hand cannon, but if you long press, it turns into a slow firing 120 stasis hand cannon. With these two different modes, they have two different properties. In the arc mode, it's very fast firing, but the stasis version has an explosive payload functionality to the gun itself. If you're seeing the damage numbers here right now in this clip, a little bit less than half the damage is converted into explosive damage. So just keep that in mind for the stasis mode. Now, the key thing is that final blows and precision hits overcharge the opposite mode to enable additional effects. That's where the second part of this perk comes in, Temporal Anomaly. While overcharged, each mode expends a portion of overcharge for additional effects on final blows or precision hits. The arc mode calls down lightning strikes. Stasis mode creates an explosion and a formation of stasis crystals. As you can see in the gameplay back here, once I've charged up the arc mode and swapped to stasis, you do see an additional explosion tick damage in the background and formation of 2 crystals to the sides. Now, a key thing to note about these stasis crystals is that they function with the stasis kit. If you're seeing right here, you can see the stasis crystals coming back to me because I'm on a stasis ice wall mantle build from my previous video. So you have some options with the stasis mode if you want to build into it for build crafting in the future. If you pair the arc mode with this specific fragment right here, already you can see these lightning strikes count as bolt charge kills, allowing for ionic trace to be generated or fuel your other fragment slots as well in your arc subclass. Now, the key thing to note, it takes 3 different hits to charge up the opposite mode. The way you know this is that right above the sight, you see 3 different squares. Each square signifies one sequence progression to the overcharged state for the opposite mode. Now, whenever you build up these stacks, they will not go away whether you reload, sprint, swap the weapon. The only way they go away is if you swap to the opposite mode. If you see right here, I have the arc mode charged up, and I swap to stasis, I lose my stack. And vice versa, when I build a charge up with stasis and go to arc, it's gone. So you always want to keep that in mind. Now, with this exotic, it is craftable. Now, the catalysts are a little bit more finicky to get. They are only found in Fabled and Mythic, so you have to keep an eye out for that. Now, I'm going to go over the catalysts and what they do specifically. However, at the end of this video, I'm going to show where you go get the intrinsics as well as the catalyst as well, and give you a little bit of tips along the way so you guys know what to do. For the catalyst, the first one we have is Rapid Hit. Self-explanatory, basic, get precision hits, we get increased reload stability and other benefits on top of that. Then we have Subsistence. This one is kind of nice and I would probably use in PvE. However, one of the other catalysts is far better in PvE in my opinion. The next one is Transcendent Moment. This gives weapon stat bonuses to the weapon based on the elimination type that you get with this weapon. And since this weapon is both light and dark, you can take advantage of both effects of Transcendent Moment. However, that to me is more for PvP if you want to take it into there. I wouldn't really use it in PvE myself. But again, the option is there if you want to get it. This is the hardest one to get out of all the other exotics because of one specific room. However, I'll get to that later. And then the final one is Temporal Alignment. Overcharging both arc and stasis modes grants a period of increased damage. Now with this, since you're doing the cycle of shooting 3, swapping to overcharge, shooting 3, swapping to overcharge, shooting 3, it's fairly easy to get this buff uptime. Now, when you do trigger it, it procs for 14 seconds. The damage increase is 20% of the normal damage of this weapon, and it scales for both the lightning strikes and the stasis shatter. So all of that is being buffed with Temporal Alignment, and if you keep doing the cycle of swapping back and forth, you will refresh the timer and keep it up for longer. In my opinion, if you're going to go for any catalyst in PvE, Temporal Alignment is the one to go for. PvP Transcendent Moment. However, the other ones are more easier and more friendly to get because they're in the Fable difficulty. The last two are tied to Mythic. If you're going to go get to those, for Fable, you need to be at least 120 power to go get them. However, for Transcendent Moment, it does require you to kill a boss in Mythic difficulty that is 270 light. So you need to be a minimum of 220. And I know for a lot of us out there right now that are grinding, most of us aren't there unless you're a hardcore grinder for the day one raid. I haven't been able to get it myself, but I will show you all where to go to achieve it and fight this boss. And the last one for Transcendent Moment. Alrighty, so this hand cannon, in my opinion, is pretty strong. I'm still trying to get used to it a little bit more. If you haven't tried out this hand cannon, this one's going to be very nice, especially for a lot of arc and stasis builds coming up in the future. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. The next part, we'll be showing you where to get all the intrinsics and all the catalyst progressions pieces that you need to get the catalyst themselves, and which difficulties you need to be in to find them and unlock them. There'll be a few moments where I come in and talk and explain a couple of things, so just keep an eye out for that. But yes, here's everything of how to get all the catalysts. Thank you all for watching. Catch you in the next one. Keep it chill.